momentum, I think, to run all the way through that.
Oh,
he got to the barrier, though,
how did he ever get off? So, I mean, you hit the barrier at the rear when you can see the tyre's been displaced. It's hard to see. There it is. Oh, and that is going to be a delay because the tyre bales have been...
Comes backwards into view.
He lost it before he even got to the apex.
Yeah.
So maybe just a little bit too late in the brakes, just the weight transfer and turning the wheel at the same time. The old thing you never did in the cars. It got tipped, then he was off on the inside, and the two Audis and the Porsche end up going up. So the Mercedes went way up, it was off track. There it is now.
Goes up to try to gain a place, and Van Thor rounds Haas out wide as they come through Graham Hill back for the first time, and drama there.
The zone, or was there an assist? There was. No, there was an assist indeed, there was. Thomas Drouet in the Mercedes.
Vem para a quarta posição o Ricardinho. O Bruno Batista larga bem também, vem ali para ser o quinto colocado. E olha o que a gente falava. Final de reta, meu amigo, olha só.
Dudu Julinho.
Mais um safety car na prova, hein? Olha só.
Jimenez ia fazendo sua melhor volta.
Suspensão dianteira já tinha ido pro baile fazia tempo, hein, Pingo? Posição, Lucas Cole dá uma escapada no final da reta. Traz para dentro de novo, só que o toque com o Roby que vai cruzar na pista. Aí vê tudo ao contrário ali.
Bit another stoppage this. But for now, green flag's out, and I think this is probably going to be understeering and then oversteering to correct the slide. Yep, onto the curbs, very wet on the curbs there. Yes, it was a trigger reaction there. Liam Lawson getting caught out. I think it was Hunkerdale and Miney that came together, and Liam Lawson. Others had to scatter in avoidance, lots of debris on the circuit. Let's see what we saw from Liam's point of view on the onboard camera. Yeah, the Audi and the two Mercedes involved in it, the Ferrari coming out worst of all. On the outside, and here is the replay on board with Philip, and that gives his perspective of the incident. I'd say he's made a bit of ground already. Dev Gore 13th, Daniel Hunkerdale has made up 1 in 14th, Philip Ellis back in 15th, but under investigation.
Who is made for winning? Oh, you see there. Oh, someone out.
First car out. Now you mentioned earlier they're twins, so in other words, there are quite a few girls. Oh, there we go. Another.
Oh no.
Another spin.
So Carrie Schreiner is stuck right across the track, but now manages to get the car going again.
So we try and pick our way through what happened further back down through the racing. I've spun to the inside of the safety car. Didn't seem to be anybody else involved at turn 6 for Anton the fight, but it did get a push. Absolutely got a push. Number 3, I think, yeah, side-by-side contact with the 33, Robbie Wiggins. Porsche was not coming out the turn 11 gravel, and I just don't get that. It might play out for them. Oh, they got a big punt, actually.
Is that...
The pits have opened. Oh my goodness, that damage for TGM happened in the pit lane.
The tyres stick out from bodywork and it just hooked. It wasn't a hard impact, there was no sudden moves there.
Porsche, that's now second position for Macalia at the front of the TCR field. There's a contact between...
I think we're just going to get a replay as to exactly what happened to Jason Garrett. Onto the brakes, whoa, locked them up, and the car just snatched left from him. Frontal impact, and that left rear suspension is broken. A quick look, yeah, he spins the car. Watch the left rear, it's going to make contact with the barrier. Oh, hefty contact with the barrier. Spin out of the lead of the group of GTB. He was never entered for today. And off, and in the barriers, too much weaving of the tyres. There is Mike Price at the wheel of the Ram Racing Mercedes.
Classificatório, por que isso? Sim, Luke, nesse formato, olha lá, acidente. No treino, isso é clima de corrida demais. O que aconteceu na imagem recuperada, a gente não vai ver o Edgar Bueno mesmo. Depois do toque da rodada, um segundo.
ran over. Now, here in GT4, you can see Nick Halstead under attack from Matt Topham, and Michael Igo into the back of Kelvin Fletcher, who was delayed in the traffic.
And let it go. Now, watching GT4, this is where, there goes Scott McKenna. Look, he's in the lead, but he's way, way wide. And as he comes back on, they're 4 wide, makes contact with Giddings, who makes contact with Robertson. Turner was not involved in that, so I correct.
It is. Now, there was contact. Wasn't that the Toyota against Darren Turner? So that might be where the tyre started to go down. And Jake Giddings had nowhere to go. I mean, he was the absolute middle of the sandwich. And the net result was that Carl speared left and right. But here, he discovered that he doesn't want to turn. And this is what happened to the barriers, because absolutely, yes, he does go bouncing in. And so that explains what happened to the furniture. And there is the Scott Mulvin Porsche. And behind it, we had that spin for Marcus Clutton.
Owen Hizzy gets into the back of Haytham Karajili, who saves it, but then gets into the side of Aidan Hills. Hizzy makes secondary contact then with Karajili. And then
the early stages of this race. It certainly is. David Fuminelli knew exactly what he was doing at the start, really took advantage, led on the way, but look at this. Oh, dearie me! Oh, and that's Il Baroni Rampante. Oh, big crash! Big crash! Oh, dearie me, debris across the circuit. I'm just looking, that's a Team Olymp Ferrari.
During the pit stop, so they'll have a slightly longer stop as Dexter Muller up the inside, and oh, Omar Jackson's gone for a spin. Good run. And here comes the 33. Oh, Alan Valente, he's taken out Van Berlo.
Michael's a good road racer. The 2020 V8 Road Racing Series GTA champion. The 5 of Matt Mills makes an evasive move and gets, I believe, into the dirty racetrack. He's on marbles right there and headed into that tire barrier. He's already made contact. Car just immediately turned to the right, almost head on into that blue barrier. And then as it slid toward me, right underneath me, it got into sand.
To fight another day. Now, what happened to Jeff? Oh, Jeff just pushing too hard early on. Maybe didn't get the Michelins at the front up to temperature and pressure. Got onto the grass. There's been rain here. He was diving down the inside at Canada corner, trying to make up a position. Oh no. Oh dear. That's
the entrance to that corner. It's a little bit of dampness down there. And, we only had 1 lap of green flag racing, so the tyres are not ultimately up to optimum working temperatures at the moment. But that was a massive spinner.
As they were coming down, oh no, he was having a go for it. Was Paloma coming from way too far back. He got on the
this race, we are green flag racing again. Vermeulen's the one who's going to gain that spot here. Look how deep he's gone here, and that is on Xavier Masson. Final lap here. Are we going to finish under yellows or potentially under a safety car? This is a big one here, and he just runs onto the grass. Oh dear, oh dear. Must have just got, lost sight of where he was. Went over the blind summit, and he is a big passenger there. Oh.
Contenders in the championship have been taking turns at the front of the field, and had Sam Paley in the 28. And oh, it's a touch. Carbonell up in the air.
Looks like,
looks like the 08 kind of ran him tight to the wall, and yeah, they all got together.
Look at, 51's going to get just a piece of it there, trying to avoid it. The yellow 07 there and got loose and swapped ends.
So easy to do here.
Unfortunate. He had been flawless for the entire first 25 minutes of the race, and right there, the impact with the concrete, that's a hard of that car.
Replay here, and he's already around. Boy, that is a huge impact, Kyle, right into one of those massive concrete barriers. You saw them give, and they're designed to do that. That helped.
Loose in. I know that. Oh yeah, he hit the left rear corner, but again, just said it. A lot of wheel in it, up off, trying to keep it out of the wall. Gets light, gets loose, coming out hard into that inside wall.
We always call it the self-cleaning straightaways. When you wreck up high, you're going
corner sideways, overcorrected and hit the wall. Got loose getting in.
Yeah, and then you almost wonder if it did bottom out as well, very possibly.
Hungary, it only gets a chance once a year.
Saw it again.
Breakfast time.
Turn 3, it has been a detriment, no question.
Car hit harder than I thought it did. Yeah, he was already way high up out of the groove, but look how dirty the racetrack is up there. Saw him starting to slide. Great save. You don't see that very often at this racetrack, the self-cleaning with the banking on the corners.
Allmendinger actually got into him.
Well, he had to lift. For those cars racing in front of him, got probably aero tight, lifted a little bit. Allmendinger got in the back of him, spun him out.
Oh, whoa. He had a lot of help.
Lane change on the 43 caused that. Pretty hard contact as well. Oh, 51 loses it, overcorrected, got in the wall right in front of the 11 of Denny Hamlin.
Oh, well, that's at 9 degrees of banking. You knew that 51 car is going to go from the top to the bottom.
Just he got loose, and man, once it got sideways, it just never could get back underneath of him. He's going to be frustrated with that.
Yes, he will be.
Some off the corner and almost challenges into the next turn. Caragiuli's spin then was as a result of contact. I think that's Will Orton, isn't it? On the bumpy braking zone as well, and you'll see the rear there snaps loose, and he just can't quite get it back. Rattles down the barrier. Not too much damage.